Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. So in today's episode we're doing a review, and it's of this here. This is a TPMS sensor. It's called the Maxi TPMS sensor. It's a TS408 and it's from Autel. Now Autel sent me this in a nick of time because I have an issue with my car, my Tesla. And if you're familiar with early models of the Tesla, they don't have an indicator on the dashboard to show you that there's a problem with the car. And although I fitted a new sensor to the car, for some reason the car doesn't seem to be picking it up. So having this is not only going to be able to help me to see where the problem is, but they were also kind enough to send me a new sensor which I'm going to fit into the car at some point. But first of all, we're going to take the old one. This is the old one that I took off, and it's broken. It still works, but it's broken. So what I'm going to be able to do is copy the code of this and then pull it onto the Autel one, which they were kind enough to send me. So we're going to go through the process, but first we're going to check the sensors to see if there's a problem. And also what this does is it shows you what the tire pressure sensor is. So let's take a look at that. And also let me show you what you get in the kit. Now the kit comes in this dual purpose case. I mean, it's a good strong case. It's a decent case that it comes with. Inside you get the instructions. Basically you got a QR code so you can download the instructions, and you've got your basic setup here. You get the sensor, so the actual diagnostic system. You get a magnet which basically wipes the sensor, power supply and the charging cable for you to use. Now the sensor itself supports a multitude of systems, and it's really quite simple to use. When you power it on, you've got a few options here, so you can scan all sensors.
Hopefully you can see
scan
that,
a single sensor.
Hopefully you can see that. The four sensors, you can see that this one here, then there's a dodgy one. So that's the one we're going to
get the information
replace
from a sensor.
And
so we're going to go
see if you
and
can see
do
that better
now, and I'll show you what it looks like.
There you are.
First of all,
yep,
we'll
so
take a look
one
at
there
the
is
sensors,
the dodgy one,
and
so
we'll be able to check the three good ones,
and fit the
we'll
new
be able
one.
to see the information that it gives us. Okay, to scan a sensor, literally all you do is you hold it near the wheel. So here we're at the top, you'll see the top left one, and then what we do is we just press the middle button here and it will scan. You can see it's found it, and it's telling us that the actual pressure is 39.4 psi, so that's 1.4 psi over, but that's okay. Let's go to the next one. Again, we'll go near to the sensor, and then we'll click on the middle button, let it do the scan. It's found it, and that one's 41.5. okay, we'll go to the next one. We'll scan again, pressing that middle button. And that one is 40.2, so that's better. That's what it should be. And now we go to the fourth one.
Okay, so let's scan the fourth one and see what we come up with. So we're scanning. We are scanning. Still scanning. Still scanning. So it looks like this one is definitely faulty, because it just can't find it. There we go. So it's faulty. Right, now let's show you how we resolve that. Okay, so to program, what we need to do is we go down to program sensor, okay, and then we click on yes, and then basically we are going to copy the activation. Now by doing that, it means that we don't have to commission the car to get a new one done. So literally here is the old sensor here. Now if you look at the bottom of the sensor, you actually see the serial number, and that's the Bluetooth hexadecimal code that it uses to communicate with the car. Now normally what happens is you buy these and they have their own individual code, but you can actually trick the car into thinking that it's the original sensor by just copying the original sensor that you're taking out of the car if it's still working, and then we can program the new sensor with it. Okay, so the other way to copy a sensor is by literally doing it manual. So let's click on yes to activate that, and then we can then copy the code. So the code we're talking about is this 9-digit code at the end here. Hopefully you can see that there. So we copy that number and then we put it into there. By doing that, it will basically program the new sensor to follow that, and that's useful if your sensor is dead. So this one's still working, so we're able to copy it. But if it was dead, because these have a battery that only lasts about 5 or 6 years, and these are you can't change a battery, they're a sealed unit, so once they go, you literally got to just throw this away. So you can then copy the code off here, pull it into here, and then it will program the sensor, the new MX sensor, with that. So that's great. Okay, so we're going to go back to the car now and we're going to check to see if the sensor's picked up, or if this is going to pick up the new sensor. We've had it fitted into the car, so this should now pick it up. Right, so we've set it to scan a single sensor. We're standing by the car again. You can see it's a brand new sensor. That's the sensor that was given to me. We're going to now just check to see if that's now working. So let's click on yes, see if it finds it by clicking the sensor, and look at that, it finds it straight away. And you notice the code, the 494 code 0805 3494, that's the code, and you can see the pressure and the temperature setting and that the voltage is okay. And that's another thing that this can do. It can also tell you if the voltage is okay or whether you're close to actually needing to replace it. So it's a good little bit of kit in terms of what it does, and gives you useful information that you can act upon.
Okay, so my verdict, really good bit of kit actually, because TPMS sensors, if they don't work, you will fail your MOT, so you need them to work, and this will take all the guesswork out of it. I'll put a link below if you want to check this out and see if you're going to buy one. So you'll have a link, or you can go to their website and find out more information. They do a couple of models in this range, and some of their diagnostic tools comes with TPS checking in them. Autel is probably one of those really good manufacturers of decent ones, so it's definitely worth a look. So hopefully you enjoyed that and you found it useful. If you did, then I urge you to subscribe, so click on the subscription button down below and click on the bell notification if you are want to be notified whenever we release a review or our normal car projects or even car reviews that we do. In the meantime, thank you for viewing this and have a great week.